So we have an unexpected development. So Chris Dolan just rented these 3 bays that are actually, I'll show you here, out in front of where the other shop is. So this is the old YRC terminal. So the shop is over there, and these 3 bays here came empty. We're moving Blue Ribbon Specialized Truck Services into here. This is going to be an exciting development. So we're going to, we've just got so much cleaning and organizing to do. So that's going to take up the next couple of days. We'll get our trucks moved over here, get our tools moved over here. It's going to be a much, much better environment to do alignments in, that's for sure. And so we'll have all of our OPS and our max mileage, everything over here. So you guys will be able to come over and see us. So now you're going to get to watch us clean. The first order of business, I got to go get the forklift because we have got to move pallets around and all kinds of stuff. But this is exciting. We had no idea this was coming. Chris was like, y'all come on. And so we followed him. And as soon as I saw where he was headed, I'm like, I think I know what he's up to now. So this is going to be awesome. This forklift definitely needs some tires. Badly. Well, we have problems. Pressure washer's junk. So I guess we're going to go get one. Because that one's broken about 16 different places. And the pull cord's gone. Because naturally, whoever broke it just left it that way for the next guy to find it. Because that's what you do, right? You just break it and leave it for somebody else. It's the right thing to do. So I guess we're going shopping. And we might as well get something to eat while we're out. All right, now we're good. We have us a pressure washer and we're going to commence to cleaning. clean. It's much better. I want you to look at this. I'm over here working. He's over there watching YouTube, watching us, because it's the premieres happening of last week. But we're watching it now because today is today. And you know what I mean. So here we are, our new digs. Tomorrow morning, we're going to start moving trucks. We got 3 trucks to move over here. All of our tools, parts, tools. So I'd say tomorrow is going to be a very long day, but I can dig it. Oh, wow. That was a lot of work. But we did that in what, 4 hours? That's not too bad. I'll take it. So, got a restroom, got a desk. We'll get our tools in here. And this is going to be a nice place to work. And it's got heat for the wintertime. It's Friday morning. Got the shop all cleaned up last night. Looking good. Got some supplies. Now we're going to go over and we're going to start building shelving all along this wall here before we move trucks and tools. We've got some of that big industrial stuff, so we're going to try to make a whole wall of shelving here and then start moving stuff in. Loaded up. We're going to take this pipe off the wall and this pipe rack so we can build all these shelves across here. And then we'll run like PEX lines for air and get all this stuff off here. So, let's get started. Got all of our metal shelving built. I'm getting ready to go to the Lowe's and get us some plywood and 2x4s, and we will have our shelving complete. I think we're going to move this desk because Kyle's toolbox is really long, so I think we're going to put his tools there and then maybe move that desk around a little bit. But we are making progress. we have shelving. So now I got to start cutting and cutting and cutting and cutting. And we'll have room to put our stuff up. I got all of my 2x6s cut. You can see we'll put these slats in here to help the weight. As soon as Kyle gets back over here with the forklift, we'll put the rest of the slats in, and then we got to cut our plywood to make our shelves. This will be done and we can start moving trucks and tools. Got all those in. Now we are going to screw them all down. The decking screws. And that way nothing shifts. But this will be good for, like, if we say we're doing an in-frame or got a transmission out or need to get it up there out of the way off the floor. This will give us plenty of storage up in the air that can hold weight. That is butter. That will be it for today. We're both wore out. We had about 10 hours in this today. We'll be back in the morning, start moving trucks and tools. Well, good morning. It is Saturday morning, and I'm running on about half a tank. Got the podcast done last night, and we are going to get started today moving trucks and tools. So I got to go over here, get the old truck started, get on there and hook on the toter and get ready to move some trucks. And it's dead as a wedge. Perfect start to the day. We get rags from this company and it's old t-shirts, but we figured that this one is one we can't let go. I mean, you gotta have Ice Cube. We're gonna keep him. Okay, now I've had it going for about 30 minutes hooked up to the Cat Eye. I'm gonna hook up my little jump box here, straight to the starter, and she's cooking. Let's see if she's gonna fire. Boom! Okay, now I got Richie's truck warming up. I'm gonna go over here and grab the forklift, get the toter ready, and then we'll get those two paired up. Kyle is in there working on putting some air on the system of the truck inside so it will move, and then we'll get it hooked up, towed over to the shop. Alright, so what we got here is the toter hooks into the kingpin, and then this sits on the back of the frame. Then we'll set that on there, be able to pick the other truck up by its rear axles. So this thing hooks on there and there, and then you have the chains that go down and hook. We're not going to use the chains today because we're not getting out on the road. I'm just going to connect these on. Now this truck obviously won't run, so it won't build air. We've got to be able to release the brakes. So Kyle has got a contraption down here connected to the air dryer, and we'll put air through the air dryer, and that will air up the system, let us release the brakes, and we can roll the truck outside and hook it up with the toter. All right, that's good. Grab the end of it. Get some of it up in your hand full slack. And you want to fling it in there, but with a little bit of right hook to it. So you need to turn around this way. Probably. Almost. All right, come on. Grab a hold of it and bring it up between the S-cam bracket and the axle. And hook it right here. Unbelievable. Never fails. All right, cool. Now grab both of it right there and pull it up through right there, right between the brake and the axle. Okay, put it behind the shock. Now take your right hand, take your right hand, pull it tight with your left. Pull it tight with your left. Pull it tight, 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 tight. Come up behind, lay it across the frame. Now hold it with your right hand right there. All right, now feed that through. And the weight will hold it. So you can see here what it's doing. It's picking it up by the axles. And then it just lifts the whole thing up by the frame. Come on. There you go. All right. She's ready to ride. You steering? I've used this toter to pull a truck about 850 miles. It's a little hairy the first time you do it. I'd move it, check it, move it about another 10 feet, check it, move it again, check it. But once you get used to it, it rides pretty good. Now what's surprising about these things though is you get horrible fuel mileage pulling a tractor like this. You're pulling it backwards and it's like pulling a parachute. We've got these clamps that go on the fairings there to hold them together to keep them from getting ripped off. But it is quite the experience first time you do it. That's a whole lot of stuff. Got the old Ram a-squatting. We are making progress. We got to get another truck and a bunch of engine parts, but I am about to make the suggestion to break for lunch. Well, we got this one in here. We pulled it with my truck instead of hooking up to the toter, and you know, it was awesome that we were taking video of it until I got back over to my phone and the whole thing was missed. But there it is. We now have both trucks in here. We got all the tools in here. We got a few more miscellaneous things we got to load up and bring up, but we are very, very close to being officially moved in. All right, I believe this is the last load. We got a couple of transmissions in here, parts for these trucks, and we're going to try to palletize some stuff. Okay, we're done. We got stuff on shelves and trucks moved and tools moved, and there's a couple of things left, but we're both wore out after about 2.5 days of this. So we are going to start again on Tuesday, so see you then. Good Tuesday morning to you. We're back in the shop. We're getting ready to move another truck in. It needs some suspension work. Spent a little bit of time this morning cleaning and organizing, but you know, we're sharing this shop with Dolan, so he's going to have a couple of trucks in and out of here in amongst ours, but we're still going to have so much room. It's going to be awesome. We got the red lines connected together, release the red knob on both trucks, and this truck will supply air to this truck. So this truck will be our next project while we're waiting on some parts for the others. This is a 17 International. Showed you it last week where we put this torque box in. Now we've got to do the torque rods, kingpin bushings. So we need to get it up in the air. We don't have an air compressor over here yet, so we're going to have to bring a service truck over here just to get some air, get everything jacked up. But we'll start on this one and getting it ready to go. So now we're trying to get some air. Oh, all right, that's...
Let's put a drain on that too.
Yeah. Holy crap.
Yeah, we'll put a drain right here.
A little bit of water.
Yeah.
Kind of hard to work in a shop without air. So now we have air and we can start working on trucks. All right, so we actually inspected this truck, about a month ago? You went through the whole thing. So do you remember what you found on the tolerances? They were out, but...
They were out a lot.
Yeah, hang on. All right, do it again. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's apparent. All right, do that again. Let me... This is a Hendrickson axle, so the kingpins are actually made into the axle, and you just have bushings where on a lot of trucks you would replace the kingpin. So we're going to go ahead and tear this down and take some measurements so that we can be assured that bushings are going to fix it, because these Hendricksons like this, if you do not take good care of these things and you're not greasing them properly and they get bad, it can actually beat that kingpin to death, and the only way then to fix it is to replace the whole axle. So if you're running a Hendrickson steer axle, you need to be super on top of your maintenance and greasing. And I would also encourage you, if you're an owner-operator and you have a Hendrickson, a lot of times a Freightliner, you'll see them, it's an air ride. It's kind of one of those things you really don't want to trust the TA, because we have been many times into, I've gotten the trucks back after a month or two and everything's dry. I mean, they're charging us the $35, but they are not doing the chassis loop. That's another, we're going to
we have plans once we kind of get the chaos settled down here to make some videos that are just specific to one thing. I've got a drive axle I want to tear apart. Just completely tear it down, disassemble it, put it back together. That'll show you brakes, drums, chambers, wheel seals, pinions, differential. We'll do one on chassis lube, you know, so you can actually go do it yourself. You know, a Milwaukee 18-volt grease gun is not very much money, especially if you can get under there once a week and hit all your ungreased fittings. Well, our truck working on got interrupted because we still need air. So we have the compressor, but we went and got some hose reels out of the old shop. So we are still in shop preparedness mode, and tomorrow we'll be working on some trucks. But we figured we might as well go ahead and bite the bullet and get stuff like these hose reels done now rather than later. So Kyle will be here by himself tomorrow because Wednesday's my payroll day. So I have to work from house all day. And so I'll make sure he gets y'all some good video.
That's it.
Beautiful.
Here's one.
Go ahead.
So this is the one that has the most play. You can see it, feel it, hear it.
Wow.
All of them have a little up and down play. That doesn't really matter, but we're going to show you in a second with the dial indicator. You're not allowed to have that much side-to-side play.
That thing is smoked.
Smoked.
All right, we got it zeroed. Now, maximum allowable is 10 thousandths. We're going to tell you that 5 or 6 is really about as loose as you want them to be. Still about 9, 8, 8. Okay. About 9. Very good, 10. Yeah, 10 or 11.
that's where we're going to end our video off this week. Kyle got the torque rods done on one side of the truck. He got the kingpins all taken apart. We were waiting on some parts. Unfortunately, I've been sick all week, even working in the shop. So we'll have some more content for you next week as we start to get this truck finished and we start on the end frames. So y'all check back with us. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and we'll see you next week.